Alright, everybody. It's time to launch a brand new show called Save My Disaster, where players have sent in their worst possible ladder games where they've got into hell and high water. It's my job, of course, to see if I can salvage these situations, teach you something on the way, and probably roast you for the terrible situations and scenarios that you players are going to throw me into. So without further ado, let's get in and read our first submission. This one's from Jub. They've said, I played one here where I failed a 13 pool in that it was completely defended by the Protoss. I take a third and then build drones and do scout, and at 5:38, I discern that it's a zealot all-in. I thought I had another round to respond and I could have built defenses immediately, but looking back, I think I was toast no matter what. Could you take it on at that moment? All right, let's get in and find out. Let's go. We're going to start game right now with an Overlord scouting a charge lot all-in at 5:38. This is probably a terrible start point. Let's find out. All right, guys, let's go. First things first, let's try and go. Oh, there's a charge lot all-in. One gas? Okay. So we're gonna basically just build overlords and roaches right now. Why don't we have any overlord vision? What are we doing here? Oh my gosh. Okay, no creep spread connecting our bases either. Let's put all of our queens on a hotkey. Whenever you're about to get all in, all of your units need to get there. And get the queens behind the mineral line. These guys can go here. And we just want to create like a wall off. Wait, why do I have no gas? We only have one gas at 6 minutes? What has been happening in this game, mate? And why 5:38? This is so late. Okay, I mean, we're still going to be able to show you how to defend this, because this is a slow zealot all-in, I think. All right, I have to build Zerglings, which I really don't want to do, because Zerglings suck against mass zealot, guys. So notice we're pulling our queens back so that they were in a bit of a choke point. And now we really want the queens to be tanking against this. Okay. We use the drones there, and then we're going to fight against this. We need to once again pull back to a choke point, and you just need as many roaches as possible. We're going to make a cocoon, a Ravager cocoon on the front. We don't have gas for it. Never mind, guys. We're just going to make as many roaches as we can. We're going to try and use a spore to kill the dude. Oh my god. Normally, I think I need to kite. There's just no units. Oh my god. How do you guys get in such shit positions, I swear? It's okay. I'm kidding, guys. It's the whole point of the show. I could have done this, I think, if I had a few more seconds to, like, ascertain the economic situation. But that is a mass zealot. GG, well played. 6 minutes and only one gas. Why have we only got one gas, guys? What's going on? And why do we have no drones? We have 45 drones, actually. We have a crazy drone count. So, okay. So, because this was just a bit late for us to start here, because we're already really slow in what's going on, right? So if we don't really need to be scouting the main. In this scenario, guys, do you really need to scout the main to know what's going on? We can go back like 2 minutes. So and even earlier than that, and we should already know what's going on, because what's our vision show us? We've already scouted the robo. So we know it's not a Stargate build. So anytime your opponent isn't playing Stargate, guys, that's a huge tell. I want to find out when we saw this, because I feel like we saw this really early in this game. Let's find out. So it looks like we did like some sort of gas pool aggression here, and we threw all of our lings away. Indeed, it was traded very badly. If you guys ever see that they've got enough units, just don't throw your lings away and just chill and back off. But going for a 13-12 like that, super costly. But check this out. We're going to get an Overlord scouted. We're going to see, oh, he's only on one gas. Number one. Number two, there's a robo on the way. So at this point, your opponent's on ground tech. So your standard rule against Protoss ground is that you want to get up a roach warren and a second gas, probably about 40 supply, something like that. I was going to say about 3:45 to 4 minutes, but I have noticed because of our early game, obviously our economy's super munted. We need to like drone, try and get up kind of towards 2 mineral lines. And as we're getting close to saturated on the natural, we want to quickly take a second gas and a roach warren. Whereas in this game, check this out. We never put back on gas. We took forever to send drones back to our natural. We're running our drones around in panic yet. Guys, if you've got ling speed, your lings should be surrounding it. Our overlord vision sucks. We should have an overlord out here, we should be able to have all of that stuff. We should have plenty of drones on our natural and already be thinking about going Roachmore in second gas and potentially even a third gas. Yeah, we'll try that one more time, guys. Okay, guys, round 2. Let's go. Overlords come in. We've scouted the base. And what are we going to do? First things first, inject. Inject, inject. Next, we're going to go for gas. And we're actually going to go 3 gases. We're going to hotkey all of my hatcheries, build some roaches, and lots of overlords. And we're just going to rally on gas straight away. We don't care about perfect macro, guys. We're just going to pull all of our queens back here. That's going to come down here, put some creep there. And in this scenario, if you've got extra minerals, just build spines behind your base as well. And notice we're just building nothing but roaches and lings. Now, ooh, okay. Okay, we're going to try and get the spore crawler on that. And notice we're adding a little bit of damage, but I don't actually want to lose any of these drones, right? And we have so little time to respond here. But if we can limit the surface area to like a choke point like this, notice none of his units are attacking. And if we can kill that immortal, that's going to kill everything. If we can get rid of that immortal, that's huge. Oh my god, I don't have camera locations. Which does make it very hard. But remember, he's completely all in. You can be on one base and you're still beating this. Because remember, with this sort of build, guys, they are screwed. They do not have gas. They don't have anything. The longer the game goes, the more screwed they are. Okay. Not having camera locations is making it really hard for me to micro. This is why literally, you know, having me start as an all-ins halfway across the map is ridiculously hard. But a very classic situation. Oh my god. Yeah, I just got to get the roach count up. If the roach count grows, we're fine. I'm just in such a bad position because the roaches are popping into the enemy units, you know? Oh, get back the ready point roach. Ah, I lost it. Okay. So you might think I'm dead. I'm absolutely not dead because I can double expand. So all I need to do is split my roaches. We'll put 5 in the main. We're going to rebuild drones, which sounds silly, but it's not. Trust me. Make sure that base is saturated. Oh, shit. This is my only anti-air, so I got to be careful to keep the queens alive. He's being really annoying there with the droppy drop. Okay, so I'm droning right now, guys, but that doesn't get me ready for the next step necessarily. So I'm going to make an overseer here, and we're going to try kind of see, because... Oh, he got the queen while I wasn't looking. Oh, he's so close to losing that as well. Okay, camera locations. This is the first time I've actually had time to set up camera locations in this game. We're going to go for one more round of drones in the main, and then we're going to just chill. These spines are going to come out front, guys. We're going to try and defend that way. We're going to try and get some more queens and more roaches. Now, he's building a third, but is he actually probing? So we're looking for lights on the Nexus. No lights, but we did just see a probe coming out. So he's kind of economic. I wouldn't say massively so. So we're going to have to build a few more drones, because if we don't have any, well, that's going to be obviously nasty. Spread the creep here, spread the creep there. One more creep trimmer on this side could be big. And notice we're going to try and just track when is he actually moving out. And also, is he building probes? He's building probes, guys. He's building probes. He's building a second robo. If he's building probes and a second robo, he's macroing. I need to mass units right now. I mass drones. Otherwise, I'm going to be just too far ahead. So we're going to try and get out a few more of these guys. We're trying to build queens. We're trying to drone. And we want to go for a fourth. Now, the only reason I'm taking on the right is because I literally can't secure that left position right now. It's just a bit too awkward for me. We're going to get for a creep tumor out soon. And he's coming again. So you know what? Even though I need workers, I can't get them right now. So we're going to bring everything back to the front. Notice we're going to make as many Ravagers as we can. They take a while to make these days. So really important I make them sooner rather than later. We're still building Overlords. A lot of people don't build Overlords when there's a push coming. You've always got to build Overlords, guys. There's no time where you don't want to build building Overlords. Now, you want to meet them out front your base so you can harass them with Biles. Notice I dropped them in front of their army. So we're going to use the mobility of the Ravager here. Now, I actually don't think he's going all in. So what am I doing? I'm dropping a Changeling on the high ground to spy on his probes and his economic transition. And now that we've bought that room for myself, cool, we can drone up. So I'm back to droning, double gas there. That's going to take us to 5 gases. Do I have roach speed? No, we're going to make that now. Notice there, lots of dudes on that 3rd. This Overseer is going to go over and keep an eye on his 4th as well. We need to keep an eye on where his economy's at. Okay, so I've got 3 queens injecting, which means I've got 1 injecting queen. Creep queen, I should say. Okay, we're just going to hang out here for now. Oh, hello. Okay. Guys on Garrus, there's a prism coming down the bottom. Okay, that base is going to go down. That sucks, but we are way behind, so hats off to him for that one. Okay, 4th base over here. That's fine. A few more Overlords. Probably don't need those as I look back at it. That was kind of instinct. Okay. Yeah. All right, so we're going to make another queen. This one will become the creep queen. That one goes there. The lack of anti-air is really hurting me. And we're going to try and go, okay, check it out. +1 range. I still don't have good Overlord vision, so we're just going to spread these bad boys out. Oh, he's out of position. Oh, this is huge. Getting those 2 immortals is massive, guys. So we're going to try and fight. Now, I'm stuck on 3 base Mass Roach Ravager, which doesn't feel good. It feels like I'm kind of all in. But notice we're fighting only the Zealots. We're trying to drop Biles so his Stalkers and Immortals that chase eat the Corrosive Biles, trying to pull the Ravagers back. And we're trying to just let these guys defend on their own. Pull back the drones if we need to. But notice we've killed all the Zealots. Now I can jump on the other units. Now that this has happened, and suddenly, get rid of the Immortals, get rid of the Archons, and we're actually crushing this fight. And Roach Ravager is very good against Zealot armies if you have enough and you fight correctly. So whenever you're in a hard spot in this matchup and they're being aggressive, just mass Roach Ravager. And that's going to be your secret to victory. So he's going to try and start a step, take some roaches down with him. He gets 2 or 3, but we should be able to just kill him now. Because notice he doesn't have a 4th base. We saw this the whole time. Remember, I was monitoring his economy to keep track of the economic position. So notice we set off the barrier. Every time you can kill an Immortal, that's massive. Oh, and he actually didn't probe that base as much as I thought he did. This is actually kind of huge for me. Was this an awkward position? Yeah, but when you're in an awkward position, guys, if they're being aggressive, always mass Roach Ravager. Behind it, we're taking a 5th base, and we're able to get back in it. Now, this is a really, really hard one, because let's go back and just rewind one more time. Why is this such a terribly late moment in the game? Because I thought I had 1 more wave to defend after scouting a Charge Lord all in. It's like, literally, we scouted the Charge Lord all in as it was coming across the map. So people always ask, like, how do I get better at scouting? And I always say, what is the first step in scouting, guys? Map control. None of this Overlord sacrifice bullshit, man. None of that bullshit. Get out of here, man. It should be the Zergling outside the base seeing the army move out. That should be what really tells us here, you know? That's actually huge. So, I mean, there's just no map control at all. No map vision for our opponent. I think it was Jab was the name of our Zerg player that we took over from, right? It was Jub. So we should have Overlord here, every game, every matchup by default. You should have a ring of Overlords out front. This Overlord is going out there, which is good. This Overlord's going to move down here, which is good as well. But the Overlord's out front. We should have a Zergling here, like a Zergling here, especially when we have Ling Speed. So there's just so many different things. And yeah, It's really hard because I have to build roaches, take gases. Like, I'm taking gases as the push is moving out. You've massively screwed up if that's the case. Now, have we over-droned against this push? Technically, yes. If you guys see that someone is only on one gas, they're going to be going super all in off such a low economy. Remember, with this build order from Protoss, they have no transition. You might think you need to have an economy advantage versus Protoss, but when they're doing this build, if you're building roaches, you're actually making a higher tier army than the Protoss. The only good units they have is the Prism and the Immortal. One Immortal, one more Prism. The rest of this, it's a slow Zealot all-in. And this is what a lot of players can't wrap their minds around, where they keep dying to this because they think, I need 50 drones, I need 60 drones. You could defend this with 30 drones, 2 gases, and be perfectly fine afterwards. And that's why I came back in this game after getting knocked down to 1 hatchery. Remember, guys, I got knocked down to 1 hatchery. See, here was pretty good because I was limiting surface area. But one of the big problems is that just so much of my money is being invested in Zerglings anyway because I just didn't have much gas bank. And now as I start banking gas, I'm like, ah, crap, I wish I built a few more roaches. But we lost a few too many roaches diving on the Immortal. And we also got a lot of roaches trapped and killed by the Zealots as they spawned in the main because I was struggling by not having camera locations. But remember, against these all-ins, try to get a big ball of roaches and queens together. Try to hide in gaps where they can't fight, they can't get surface area. So I could have potentially shuffled back to the other side of that gap. Try to build spine crawlers behind mineral lines like this where the Zealots can't really get at them as well. And that can be absolutely massive. But GG. All right, not a bad first Save My Disaster game. I like this format, guys. All right, dealing with timing brushes and cheeses that are already bloody halfway coming across the map when our economy sucks. That's tough, but hey, we learned some things there. Let's go into the next one. This one's going to be a ZVP Skytoss game. Godchat says, I felt like I had a good position smashing their third in with Mass Hydra, but then I wasn't able to break them. Then suddenly they can continue to grow their Skytoss army on 3 base, and I'm stuck with all of these Hydras. The 11-20 fight is probably the disaster moment where I wanted to get rid of the Hydras, but basically ended up giving them away for free. Ugh. Maybe I'm just dead at that point. Timestamp 11 minutes and 32 seconds. I mean, this looks like the middle of a battle. This looks like the dumbest resume point ever, but I must follow what they ask for. So let's go. This is literally the middle of a Hydra attack. Couldn't they have done it after the Hydra attack? Like, Jesus. Making this so hard for me, bro. All right, guys, I guess we want to look at the fight at least to know what's going on. All right, good luck, have fun. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, at least my army's selected. I'm just gonna click it home. Run, 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 run. Viper's going the secondary hotkey. Okay, let's try and quickly hotkey my bases. Hotkey my bases. Please tell me I have a Spire. Oh, we got a Spire. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Get a Spire. Get another one. Oh, wait. No, they're gonna get me? Okay. These guys aren't hotkeyed. Oh my god. He's just gonna A-move me! Okay. That's fine. That's fine. I should have pulled those drones back. That's my fault. Are you gonna keep coming? Yeah, that's also fine. That's okay. That's fine. Why do we have Corruptors? Oh my god, he's unironically going Hydra Corruptor, guys. Oh no. Oh. Okay. Okay, here we go. Abducts are coming in. Abducts are coming in. Okay, go. Get the mama. Okay, transfuse, 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 transfuse. We got it. I think he's just thrown by counterattacking too hard. Okay, quick, drone back up, because we just took crazy damage, guys. Oh, we're gonna get more? I think we might have to redo this, because if he just killed the gold and then the other base and then ran away, or something like that, I think this would be hard. But now I think we just have it. Because now, okay, let's go. We've got 2-1 air upgrades. I still have 95 workers? What was the economy in this game? Damn, dude, we were miles ahead on the economy. Is this, I mean, I guess because we were stuck on Hydras, does it matter, right? I feel like even trading versus Intercept is probably good here, which normally it's terrible. I could be exaggerating that one. Okay, we're on 89 workers. We desperately need gases. I'm going to build a few more guys for these ones. We're going to put you guys there. You guys can go... Well, that's too many. Just like that. Okay. You guys go out there, out there. Few more overlords. I am being a little greedy, guys. He's got Ultra Cavern as well, which is awesome. Plus 2 melee, plus 3 carapace. As long as my opponent's too afraid to counterattack, I think we can do really, really well now. Just make sure my hydras are on hotkeys. Make sure you guys are on gas. So what we're doing here is we're just giving ourselves an immense amount of money. Because we're already in a very slow game. We are committed to an incredibly slow game. We can't like speed things along at this point. I don't know why there's like, excuse me, 47 spore crawlers everywhere. But it's not the worst thing in the world, right? They can help in some fights. We're just trying to spread creep. Make sure that creep is actually spreading. I'm going to put out just a few Zergling spotters out. And let's try and put this out there. Okay. Make sure my hotkeys are actually there. More corruptors. Okay. So now I've got corruptors coming in. We've got ultras on the ground to kill all the High Templar once we get there, which is not important right now, guys, but it will be. Do we have Ling Speed and Adrenal? Yes, we do. We do have Ling Speed and Adrenal. That's really important. Really important to have those upgrades for the later stages. Okay, so we can put these guys there, put those guys there. That's going to give me insane gas income. I can kind of do whatever I want with that. And notice we're just keeping an eye on the bases. Now, it's always worth, in these long games, getting all the extra upgrades like Burrow, which, hey, we've actually already got Burrow. That's nice. And I think we can go 3-2 upgrades now. Remember, we haven't seen anything but flying units. So this player is probably like a I don't know how to use units that aren't flyers player. These are a special breed of Protoss player who are the scariest because they will 100% commit to just headbutting you. And yeah, they're actually quite hard to deal with. So we're going to use Lings to deny this base. And now that I'm maxing on Corruptors, I really need to trade, right? We don't want to take too long. And notice, if they're just sitting out like that, that's great, because that's just freebies. But if they're not, send Changelings in, okay? So what I'm going to do is we're going to make like 8 Overseers. They're going to sit here at our gold base, which I guess we might as well retake as well. And they're just going to send constant Changelings in, because whenever you can see where their air units are, you can kind of run in, abduct them, get them for free, and then go back. And in between, we're spreading creep. We're doing all these different things. I think I'm just going to send the Ultras in as like a sacrifice with the Overseer because I don't think he has that many High Templar for me to worry about. And here we go, guys. Let's get those abducts I was talking about. So let's run up here, and let's see. Oh, and look, notice how he's rotating. So we're going to grab a couple of carriers. Oh, Jesus. But that was pretty bad because he actually stood and fought. Now, the Ultras were a distraction, so you can always kind of catch them in the middle of the rotation. Where they move from side to side, right? And, okay. We really need more parasitic bombs. We also want to get the other upgrades as well. What are they called? Infestor upgrades. Getting a few fungals can be an absolute game changer. I don't mind losing the Ultras because his ground army clearly has not been that strong. Okay, what we're going to do, though, those Ultras will go back in, and I really want to keep killing his ground because that's going to put the pressure on him to kind of deal with me, you know? Okay, so these Hydras I really don't care about, guys. Neither do I care about the Ultras. Like I said, we're going to go for these Lings, and Ling Bane is one of the best things for actually killing bases. Now, we're going to just suck some energy up. If my Corruptors can get a snipe, that'd be great. But that is a big if, of course. So keep spreading creep forward. That's what we're going to do there. And then these guys are just going to try to run in on the ground while the air potentially dives some stuff. We'll see what we can get. Pick off the shield batteries. I don't know where his Corruptors are. You kind of want to surprise him if possible with the Corruptors. These guys are looking pretty good. Okay, I think we can add those back to the hotkey now. And these guys can just click on that. I don't know if we can really grab anything. I'm going to build a few Infestors here. And we're going to try and get these abducts going, okay? We're going to make more Zerglings, by the way.
Evolution complete.
Oh, Jesus. So that was pretty bad, guys. Not the best micro for me. We really want to use those Overseers. Let's do that more. More of these guys and more corruptors as well. We're going to send Lings around because this is such a crazy air unit count. All right, so what you want to do here is parasitic bombs, guys, to try and keep him away. And we're going to keep sending Lings in as much as we can. Just do whatever damage we can with the Lings. Okay, so try to do that damage. Pull these guys back. Pull these guys back. Parasitic bombs on the Void Rays are huge, okay, guys? And all we're doing is building these guys and try to kill the High Templar if we can. I feel like that's kind of huge. I don't really care about losing the Queens. It is kind of a bummer, though. Pull back, wait for more Corruptors. Oh, shit, my Overlords. Overlords going down could be a real problem. Notice we're trying to throw another Parasitic Bomb, because if we can get the damage on those guys, that's going to be big. And if I can fungal these High Templar down as well, that'll also be big. But I think at this point, we're kind of just getting into that really nasty point where I've got to just commit to the fight. And I'm just refusing to because I think my supply is too low in terms of fighting units. So we're going to go for these guys are going to go there. Just keep giving up ground. I lost all of my spellcasters, which does suck. But I think he's lost all of his High Templar as well. So we just got to try to make sure these rallying Corruptors kind of come out. And then we're going to dive on top. There's no High Templar left, so we just want to dive, kill the carriers, and just go for it. And it's either going to work or it's not going to work, you know? And we're just going to focus the carriers down. I don't know if you should focus carriers or Void Rays, guys. I'm pretty bad in these sorts of games, if I'm honest with you. And it looks like he's just made such a big air army. And we took a bit too much time making Corruptors when we probably should have been base trading. And that's going to be a really nice win for him. I am very bad against Skytoss, guys. I don't like ever letting it get to this stage. And that's why you guys are seeing me make a lot of mistakes here in terms of trying to gather things together and get it all organized. I find it's especially hard because once you go into the high drone count, you can kind of end up stuck in this weird position. And I think if I actually played heavier ground, it would have been an easier way of dealing with this rather than going heavy on the air. But once you end up defensive, you end up on this weird reactive position where you're kind of stuck a little bit. So I think this save is basically the position which I hate, which is you've decided to go big economy, but also Hydras. And Hydras are an all-in unit against Skytoss. And that's why when I look at this situation, I go, man, I don't know what to do from here. You've maxed out on Hydras. You've got a giant income. I probably could have done it with Pure Ultra Corruptor if I was just a bit more committed, but my upgrades were not bad as well. I think if I just committed a bit harder and just had some Ultras to deal with the High Templar, I probably could have dealt with them. But it's always dicey because you got to trade your drones out early enough and make sure you actually have enough army supply for that to work out. Otherwise, you are going to get taken out. GG, well played. All right. Well done there, man. Well done. Let's try that again and see if we can do better on a second try. Because I thought he gave me such a big advantage by throwing all those units away. Apparently I'm able to throw from there as well. By the way, guys, so if we look at the rest of this game, I think we see... Wait, we'd already done a Hydra push this game? Go win. Kill base. Where? We'd already killed the 4th base this game. Okay. We were so... Yeah, I think the problem we had this game is that... Like, if I was playing as Ultraman, I would have just gone all in on Hydras. I'd be doing nothing but building Hydras right now. So here's a big mistake, guys. When you're playing with Hydras against carriers, you have to actually hold position. If you don't hold position... See, these guys are going to go after the carriers at the front. You have to hold position and actually fight the interceptors. Because look, the interceptor count's completely gone, down to just like 20, 25. And this is the moment where Ultraman could have just won the game, I think, by just continuing to rally Hydras and just keep going. And, yeah. Alternatively, I would say the answer is don't build Hydras in the first place, right? Because I think we're just kind of like, we're going for double upgrade macro Hydra. But we've already built 9 queens as well. We've built 10 queens. So do we really need to go queens? And I feel like we could go for Hydras earlier if we're going to go them, or we could be defending with just queens and going straight Spire here. I would much prefer straight Spire. If you go straight Spire, it's so good. So if you realize it's Skytoss early enough, it's just amazing. Because you can have your Spire up by now, start building Corruptors, yeah. But you never want to focus on the carriers with Hydras unless they're like really bad at micro or they're not watching. And like if you've got, if the carriers are here and your Hydras are here, you can start a step forward and focus the carriers down. But that relies on them making really big mistakes. Does straight Spire force a long game? No, not at all, because Corruptor Muta is like really amazing at base trading as well. So if you get a big economy advantage, not only can you like dive Corruptors on carriers, you can go straight Mutalisk. So if you open with like 15 Mutalisks first, you can actually fly around in circles, kill a crazy amount of probes. And if you've got 10 gases behind it, then you swap into your Corruptors and kind of, you know, wreck the carriers and stuff. It's either Hydra all in or Spire. But if you're doing Hydras, you shouldn't be making 73 drone 5 base. You should be doing like a 60 drone all in, like as fast as possible, right? Fast layer, get in there. So is Aspire a longer game than Hydras? Yes, but in this game, we're kind of half committed to Hydras, but also macroing at the same time. And you really want to go all out with your Hydras, or you get kind of dragged into these awkward games. Anyways, I mean, we were definitely in a good spot. No hold position there was really awkward. And we're going to try and take over this one more time, guys, from that 11:32 moment, right as their attack's going in and getting wrecked. Did they forget to bring an Overseer as well, by the way? But yeah, you see like how much stuff is in the production tab? I get we're trying to transition into Spire Ultra, which is kind of good. But, and we're doing Linger. It's like, it's a pretty good game from Ultraman, guys. I gotta say, it's a pretty good game. But definitely the Hydras should be like maybe split right now. If half the Hydras were attacking this side and half this side, you'd be able to trade so easily. But instead, they're all kind of hanging out in a big blob and then just A-moving one side. And it's like, dude, we had 25 Hydras 2 minutes ago and we didn't use them. Now we're like, oh, I need to clear supply. And we're throwing them into our opponent's whole army. Whereas if we were like, half was there, half here, yeah, this half would get wrecked. Hopefully we pull them back and then go back in. But we'd be doing massive damage denying a base and probes over here. So this fight is really bad, guys. But it is what it is. All right, ready for round 2, mate? All right, let's do it, guys. This is going to be fun. Let's see if I can take over. Polite cat. Okay, guys. So I'm still getting used to this whole disaster format. What do we do first thing? First things first. Let's go. Run home. Run home. Set up the hotkeys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we've got, did we just, oh, we got my Vipers. Okay, I just built a Hydra, Corruptors. So this time he focused my guys down. My dudes down, which is rough. So we're gonna not put those on hotkey yet, guys.
Our base is under siege. Your grotesque Zerg have mutated into something new. Our base is
so yeah, if he doesn't overcommit here, this is so bad for me, guys. But I do believe we can show you guys how to fight much better than what I did last game. So let's try and put up a good fight here. Let's get a armor upgrade. Double Spire. Let's get more upgrades when we get a chance. But we're not there yet. Okay. So these guys are going to go around that way. And then our Hydras are going to go around this way. Notice we're on 95 workers, which is definitely too many. But as long as we're only on too many temporarily,
we've depleted a mineral field.
Then I think that's okay.
Your brood has encountered the enemy. That command is unacceptable.
Oh, this is big. Get the shield battery.
Your brood has encountered the enemy.
Huge. Okay, we're going to send the Hydras in. These guys are going to come back in and deny from that side. We're going to get a few more guys on gas, and that's the last of my droning guys. So, what does that mean? Build spores.
Evolution complete. Your brood has encountered the enemy. A mineral field has been depleted.
All right, let's go. Abducts.
Your brood has encountered the depleted a mineral field.
Oh, Jesus. That's painful. He has so many units, it's actually insane. Yeah, I mean, he's just so far ahead. Even with this over-droning, I don't think if he doesn't throw that army away, we can recover from this spot. So just showing you, we were pretty dead because we threw our army away like that. But if he'd thrown the army away again, I definitely think we could have won, obviously, because he kind of gives us the opportunity there. Yeah, and if he just dives, the thing with carriers is if they have the numbers advantage like this, they can just dive on top. And there's not really much you can do about it, especially because if we look at the upgrades, yeah, he's already on 3-2. So this is the other problem, is we're on 1-2 Hydras and we're on 1-1 Corruptors against a guy who's got +2 Plasma Shields. So that just shows you he was preparing for this stage of the game. The whole game, we went for a Hydra all-in, but we didn't commit to the all-in. And that's always the big thing, guys. You either play straight to the Spire game and you accept that stage of the game and you're like happy to play a longer game, or you have to get it done earlier if you're playing Hydras. Because look at that air army. That's like that's 100 supply of air. Maybe 120. That's a crazy amount of air. I'm going to try and take one more fight here. But every time he jumps on me, he's able to just overwhelm and kill my Vipers because we just don't have enough units to even scare him. Now, one move we can do is try to intercept his rally if he comes down this right side, I guess. Yeah, so we'll try to do that, see if there's anything we can catch. I doubt we can catch anything. But you can try to get between them and their army, and sometimes that gives you something, right? Gives you like a little bit of value. Because you catch a carrier or two kind of rallying out over there. All right, guys. So we've got, do we have 2-1 yet? We're on 1-1 against like 3-2. Okay, we just got to go though. At least he doesn't have Void Rays. Because I have so many Corruptors, they'll actually overkill if they one-shot units. So we're trying to make sure I A-move, funnily enough, which might be the wrong call. Now we're going to go back to target firing. But even the carriers can beat them. And carriers should not be beating Corruptors. GG, well played. But that's upgrades. That's upgrades, baby. If he throws the army away like in the previous run-through, we can do it there with decisive Corruptor engagements. One thing you want to do, guys, is you want to throw parasitic bombs on the carriers when you engage and fly on top. And then the interceptors, as they attack your Corruptors, they will kill themselves on the parasitic bomb. That's one of the big things that I missed in the previous game, as well as just not having any ultras ready when he pushed me, so I wasn't able to kill the High Templar. But this all comes down to being behind the curve, right? This is, we put ourselves in an awful position, and if that guy just counterattacks, we're kind of screwed there, because we just threw all of our Hydras away in the worst possible moment. We needed to be splitting the Hydras up, kind of base tradey, playing with them, and then build the Corruptors behind, and we could have done it. All right, last but not least for today's episode, Sebastian says, I have one game I recently played in TVP. I totally could have won if my micro was better and on point, but I kind of suck at it, so I got destroyed. It was a Zealot Rush, it threw me off. Minute 9 onward is salvageable, I think. Timestamp 8:47, big Protoss push. Please see if you can micro better and defend this. Guys, what am I looking at right now? There's a cannon in it, there's cannon battery. Oh my god, this is proper Gold League StarCraft. What is... 8:47, I think it was. Oh my god, this is fucking hilarious. Yeah, 8:47. Let's go. All right, how do I micro better against the Zealot all-in when we're behind a wall off? Well, first of all, stop building Cyclones. What the hell are we doing building Cyclones? Build a reactor. Let's build some more barracks. And oh my. Okay, so guys, if they come like this, you want to stim all your bio. And we're actually going to pull SCVs and just A-move them. And then we're going to send them back to mining. Now that I'm clear, all my units were so overstimmed, which is why I was kind of afraid there. And then you just want to immediately re-wall And we want to, like, desperately building medevacs because I don't know what's going on with our production. We were floating 1,000+ resources. Let's, like, just hold the SCV key down, drop mules, build units. I mean, what? Let's send this Reaper out of the jump-in path to go scout what's going on because I didn't pay attention to the replay on purpose, guys. I don't like to, so that I could kind of see what's going. Why is there cannon battery now? That why do we have no map vision? Why have we not scouted at all? Guys, people always say, but I don't know what to look at when I'm scouting. I don't know what it means. Just get used to doing it. How are you ever going to learn what things mean if you never scout? This is like the mistake people make when they're trying to learn StarCraft. They go, well, I don't know how the thing works, so I never do it. And I go, well, how do you think you're ever going to get to the point where you do know how it works? And they're like, can you tell me? And I'm like, play the thing until you learn how it works. Like, this is how you get better at things, is you do them. Okay, so guys, we're gonna have to use scans here to kind of check. Okay, so our opponent's on 2 base. So we're ahead. We're massively ahead in this game. Because we're Terran, we're always gonna be comfortable on 2 base. So let's go double engineering bay armory. We've already got the 3rd command center. We've got 5 barracks building. We're just spending our money. We're letting our units heal right now. And once we've got a really big bio ball, we're not really worried about zealots, especially if our widow mines are burrowed in front. So control click the widow mines, send them forward. Let's just build some depots here. 2 of those guys will go back to mining, whereas the other 2, I'm just gonna become Gary and Bob the depot builders. All right. Okay, guys. Before I want to move out and fight, because once that happens, I'm going to be distracted. I want to make sure I'm starting 2-2, queuing up even more Marines and Marauders, more medevacs. Widow mines are good against this zealot-heavy, stalker-heavy stuff we've seen, but we'd want medevacs first and foremost. Like, widow mines are good. They're not as important as that. Okay. We're still dropping mules spread across these patches. We've got an orbital on the way, so we're ready to take that 3rd. Okay, now this armory's done. We've queued up a lot of stuff. Let's get +2 weapons, +2 armor, and then we can move out because we've kind of finished a lot of macro. All I need to do from here, grab my whole army, put it on 1, and let's stim out and... Oh, he's got Storm! Jeez! Why has he got Storm already? Oh my gosh! How do I get out of this base? Okay. So just run away, run away. That's too scary for us to micro. Let's, we're gonna load up a triple drop, guys. I don't know why we have missile turrets in our natural, by the way. So we're gonna try and sneak that out the left. The triple drop, right, is gonna go out, drop out here, and then walk in and help us get out there. We've got a Ghost Academy. We've got... How do you guys end up in these games? This is amazing. We're just gonna control click the Marauders, guys. We're just gonna stim those out front and try to, like, kind of kite him into the widow mines, because we can eat Storm with Marauders, right? You can eat a lot of Storms with Marauders. So we're just trying to be kind of annoying here, bait him into the widow mines where possible. And you can see at least this makes him busy. Okay, so okay, let's ghosts. Ghosts. I desperately need a command center. I could risk trying to float this out, but I'm not going to. We're just going to float it down there because I think I can get out there. And then these guys are going to distract him, okay? So we're just going to do a little poke at the front here, because remember, I'm not playing a gold player, guys. I am playing a masters player, even though I am a higher level player than them. So we need to get out. So I'm distracting him, and then these guys are going to do the real damage, okay? Why are there 3 cannons in the natural? All right, so he recalled here, guys. So we're going to move north. And we're going to try to kill some probes on the way out before we leave. And if I lose the whole drop, it's not the end of the world. We just, because Stim Bio is so fast, we want to try and see if we can get some damage, but we're going to have to just leave. So that's going to go out there. Now these guys are going to move out front at the same time. And hopefully we can get out of our base. Because if we can't get out of our base, we are screwed. Okay, so we're going to clear that. We're going to clear that. This allows me to hold down the worker key, drop some mules. Let's check my work account. Yeah, massively oversaturated, guys. Massively oversaturated. Let's try and build another command center here. Put these widow mines out. We're trying to just get some semblance of map control, guys. And what are we going to do? We're going to just send out a few Marines as well. Try and get some vision because this is so scary. We're also going to go 3-3. Huge that we're still getting upgrades like this. Now, we've still only got very basic production. Normally, if we're making 3-3 ghosts, all this stuff, we'd be trying to get further up. But until we actually saturate these bases, our income sucks. So we're going to put guys on gas. We've got a little bit of map control, which gives me a little bit more comfort. Looks like that medevac somehow survived. We'll send that home. These guys will stay up in the north. Let's see if he's got that base. And this is really nice now, right? Let's also send some more Widow Mines out. So right-click, shift, burrow, deselect. Right-click, shift, burrow, deselect. Right-click, shift, burrow, deselect. Right-click, shift, burrow, deselect. And right-click, shift, burrow. So we're just basically sending them everywhere to burrow. So it creates like a problem for our opponent. And that's going to really upset. Now we want 3 more barracks, 2nd starport, and fusion core. And you can see we get the 4th base there. We can get a turret here as well. We could build turrets on the edge of our base for Warp Prism. Probably a good idea. Oh, these guys are going to run away. So if you ever get spotted with a drop, a small drop like this, go hide it somewhere, guys. And then play from there. Now, my army's going to push the south side, while my rally is going to try and defend at home. So what are we building, guys? We've got barracks add to hotkeys, starport add to hotkeys, all this sort of stuff. Lots of ghosts here. These guys are going to sit in the sort of middle area. And we're still building lots of SCVs because I'm only at 60 despite it being so late in the game. We've got to recover from all this early damage we took, right? It's so important. So let's get a planetary up. I'm sending my drop around the north as well. And remember, because all of my army's on the map, if he attacks, I pull right back. I give up bases, I give up ground, but we do damage on the counterattack, so we're kind of accepting that situation. Let's get Caduceus Reactor in lib range. So you see these guys can come in, and we just want to click on the Nexus. We're going to scan. He's nearby, and then we try to hide in the corner. We're going to lose a drop. That's okay. As long as we hold position that's fine. And now these guys can move in, okay? So we're going to burrow Widow Mines as we go. We're going to try and get into that production. Oh, get them. Get the Colossus.
Command center upgrade completed.
Okay.
Just depleted.
Going to tell that drop to go in. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so those storms did start to land, guys, and we are going to try to desperately get that drop out of there. Meanwhile, these guys are just going to click on the Nexus again. Please get out. Please get out. Oh, we're going to lose a full one. Just one full one's not as bad as it could have been, though. That could have been much worse. All right, guys, so we're going to build a bunch more command centers so that we're ready for the next step. We're going to build ship weapons, building armor, high-sec auto-tracking. This drop seems to have done so much. So we're going to just click the pylon, because if we can get rid of the pylon, that'll depower the rest. These guys are also going back there. We're going to bring a bunch of repair SCVs that are going to repair those medevacs before going back to work. And you can see we've kind of set up map control for ourselves, where that's going to win us this game. All right, these guys, sorry. You guys go bam, 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 and then go back to mining. This is going to go down, that's fine. More ghosts, more marauders, more liberators. That's the way to do it. Oh, these guys are not Tech Lab barracks yet. That's a mistake, guys. That's a big mistake for me. That's okay. So I'm going to start just sieging libs across these bases, guys, just to try to, like, you know, make it a little harder for my opponent to attack. You guys can go all there. Okay, cool. So notice most of these spotting units out here are Widow Mines. So I don't think it's too bad if we just F2. I think we can F2 at this point, just to grab our army, make it a bit easier for myself. More Marauders, more Ghosts, more Libs. We've got plenty of medevacs. Now, attacking in one spot into splash damage sucks, guys. So what's the general rule? General rule of playing Terran late game is keep taking planetaries on your new bases, get a few extra orbitals, first of all. It's try to split up and attack them in multiple areas. Now, you can do that with a single Lib is a nice, easy way to distract your opponent, but I actually think going out with drops is even better. So I like to just grab a chunk of the bio, send it around the side like that. That's a pretty big army. I'm going to bring some of that stuff back. That's about enough units to fit in those medevacs. A few of them will probably get left behind, but it doesn't really matter. As long as it's about right, you'd be surprised how well it does. Check it out, guys. Just going to send 2 Marines there. Remake our control group minus those guys. We're going to try to control click the SCVs, send them up here as well. We'll try to build 1 command center down there, just because at this stage, spending time lifting buildings and stuff is a bit arduous. It's very hard to do. So these guys are just going to queue in because notice we got to defend behind this planetary. Okay, guys? Yeah, we got to defend behind the planetary. Otherwise, we're going to have big trouble. So let's try and double expand down there if we can. Build a few more command centers. Let's see. Scan his army. I could try to jump on this. Okay. And we're going to re-expand to that base while my main army goes up that way. And I'm going to lose everything, but I think as long as we click the Stalkers down, we're killing some valuable units. You know, it's something.
Just depleted a mineral cluster.
More ghosts, more good, more libs, all this stuff. Let's drop some mules at home.
Under fire out there.
EMP the Nexus so they can't recall, guys.
This beam guys are exhausted.
Now he's here. So notice I'm trying to EMP these guys. We're trying to EMP the High Templar as well. We can just F2 the whole army up here. Try to get back and heal. I don't think he can chase me. So notice we're just always using our mobility to try to get more damage done, okay? So let's quickly make sure we get turrets on these bases. And try to drop mules and just kind of every now and then control click your idle workers and send them to one of these new bases. Control click your idle workers, go there. Okay, now we're going to grab them all. Because my opponent hasn't been doing any harassment, I'm going to F2, select the libs with a control click, and add them into my army now as well. I thought I'd need them to like defend DTs and things like that, but it hasn't really worked out that way. So I think it's okay to just kind of do it like this now. And notice it's always planetaries with turrets because DTs are the big problem for Terran in the late game, okay?
Command center upgrade completed.
Now this game is obviously, I think, over at this point. We should have it in the bag. But let's just quickly send a lib around there. And I'm going to send a liberator around through the base into the back of this one, actually. While my main army comes down here. Oh, I was rallying across the map. That was a mistake, guys. All right, we're going to try and scan to see where the army is. I think he's got... Whoa!
Attention.
Command center upgrade completed.
Oh, man. Fighting into the libs. Ooh, I was not expecting him to fight. I thought he'd kind of give up ground there.
Yes, sir.
But he ends up trying to fight there, and obviously that goes very well for me. We've also got that Liberator sieging up in the back, guys. If we get rid of this base, the only other base that worries us is the very top. So let's grab our whole reinforce, and those guys can go up there, and they go in our other army group. Which is number 1 on my bottom hotkeys. These guys are going to go back home, because you don't want to just throw these guys away, right? So mostly, I'm spending my money on Marine Marauder production, because I think that's the most important. I also am realizing, hey, my economy doesn't feel that good right now, so let's just spend a few seconds checking my bases. Grab extra workers off any of these bases, send them to some of the new ones, and that can really help us out. There we go. You can see, we're just going to repair some of these. All right, this army up here is not very heavy on the Marine Marauder. Something like I said.
How can we help?
We're just going to try and do what we can here. Okay, this is pretty good if we can kill the probes. And then we can just get out.
Now what?
Try to unsiege the Liberators as well.
Waiting on you. Ready for done.
And see if we can get them out of there. The other army, back over here, guys. Let's push the bottom side again.
How can we help?
Oh, his Colossus got aggroed here. Oh, that's so big. So these guys can attack the top again. And we can also just siege a Liberator on this base. Oh, no storms ready. if he does have storms, they'll be coming from the north. And that's going to be that. GG. All right. Wow. Cool. Very well played by him to come back from what was the most demented game I have ever hopped into. That was amazing. What was that situation? It was 8:47. They died to a zealot attack in the original replay, guys, that we took over. So Mad Gamer was doing bronze to GM. Awesome. Doing a pretty decent job, but no scouting. Man, you gotta scout. Wait. I always told people to scout in bronze to GM, right? Maybe not with my siege tank one. We gotta look this up, guys. Pigs BDGM bronze build makes no sense. So anyway, did we SCV scout? Yeah, we SCV scout every game. You gotta SCV scout if you're gonna follow my bronze to GM. I hate seeing people just so blind in the map. I know it loses you a little bit of minerals, but just get used to doing it early. Playing this blind hurts my soul. Get out there. So anyways, that's the first thing. Other than that, we could just be a bit better at keeping up production because I don't think there'd been too much fighting at this point. Oh, actually, I guess they were under a lot of pressure. So their adrenaline's pumping. So I can understand they're making macro mistakes. It is what it is. But there we go. They're pumping workers. Unfortunately, they've completely pulled off gas. I don't know if that was a conscious decision or not, but that's way too fiddly. Your attention is more important than like optimizing mineral versus gas ratio. So when you're a lower level player, it's more important to just spend your money than it is to like quickly, you know, pull off gas or do this or that. I mean, it works out in this scenario, of course. But yeah, and they're going to start working up towards factory and stuff. We should be shift clicking SCVs back to minerals. Overall, they're doing an okay job. There's no wall off up here, which really hurts me. I mean, not having a wall off is very, very nasty. And I think I left it like that for the rest of the game, funny enough, because I just didn't really look around the Bane too much. We definitely don't need to be just building turrets completely blind. And wait, who's building this turret, guys? Guys, who's building this turret? Who's building both of these turrets? Oh no, it's one SCV got queued to build 3 turrets. Never do that, guys, because you're just wasting minerals and time. Build a turret, shift click it back, or select 3 SCVs, go build turret, build turret, build turret, then shift click back to minerals. Don't just, because it wastes so much minerals right now. And at this point, you can see we're floating a fair bit of minerals. We need to be holding down the Marine Marauder key and pulling off gas, even though it seemed useful at the time. It's made things really kind of overly fancy for us, right? We're like struggling to catch up. So we should already have like our 4th and 5th barracks and all that sort of stuff. But so check this. Oh no. Wait. Check out the stimming, guys. What happened with these stims? 1. Wait, that was a double. 2 stims. 3 stims. 4 stims. Oh no! The 4th one, you could tell they manually selected some units. But before that, they did. I was like, why is this army so wounded? I was like, what crazy siege have we been under that's caused this? Guys, so it's... Okay, so we stimmed, which was great. I just don't know why we selected it a 2nd and 3rd time. Because there's like a gap between each one as well. And then I think we were trying to box the units out of the bunker on the last one. But, oh, this is why the bio was so wounded, guys. Just, if it's better to not stim there than it is to do what we just did. So if you guys are like, oh my god, I've got a stim on my army, just remember, it is better to just take a deep breath, press stim in the combat if you can, but just one use, and that's all you need. Hopping in and just going, why is all my bio deep orange and red? What the hell was going on? Was an absolutely mind. I was like, what is going on? How? How did this happen? Oh my god, this is hilarious. No, I knew it was from stim, but I assumed it was like a few zealots came in and then we stimmed and they pulled back. A few stalkers ran in, picked off a marine and then blinked back. And we keep like stimming when we don't need to each time. I didn't realize it was just a single A move from the Protoss into a full wall led to us stimming the whole army 3.5 times. Oof. Woo!